Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's episode, I just want to give you my opinion of where I think cryptos and Bitcoin's next move is going to be. But before we dive into this episode, I just want to make it clear whatever I say in this video shouldn't be considered financial advice. I'd advise you to do your own research before you buy any cryptocurrency. Okay, so before we dive in, I kindly ask you to smash up the like button, hit the subscribe, as it really helps this channel grow. Okay, so let's dive in. So jumping back into the charts here, I made it clear in my video that I released on Saturday that Bitcoin was putting in a head and shoulders pattern, as you can see here on the chart. But I did say that as long as Bitcoin holds the 60K level, I believe that we are safe and it doesn't break that neckline. And I also mentioned in the video that I would like Bitcoin to break past the 68K level just to show some continuation and some momentum to the upside. And lo and behold, yes, we did. Look, you see that big green candle there. It broke out of that 68 level and is now testing all-time highs again, which this is very bullish in my opinion. But we're not out of the woods just yet. If you take a look at this tweet right here, big CME Gap now exists on BTC. After the green weekend, these fill over 90% of the time throughout Bitcoin's history. I won't be satisfied until this fills. Keep it simple, crypto. So as you can see here on the chart, so the CME futures is closed over the weekend. And as you can see, Bitcoin was pumping throughout yesterday, and it left this big gap here on the CME. So what he's saying here is 90% of the time, these gaps get filled in the sense that the price will get taken down and will take out all that liquidity before maybe moving back up to the upside. So he's just telling you to just tread with caution. We're not out of the woods just yet, because as he said, 90% of the times these get filled. So we just have to be wary of that the price might come down and fill that CME gap. But in my opinion, I would like to see Bitcoin hold this 68K level, maybe as support. So it might do something like this, come back, hit the support, and then move on to the upside again. So we'll just have to wait and see what Bitcoin does. So just jumping over to this website here, I'm just keeping a close eye on the ETF inflows and outflows. So this is a very good website that I use to keep track of that. It's called farside.co.uk. I can leave a link to this website in the description below. But as you can see, there's no inflows over the weekend. Past 5 days have been negative inflows, and that has put an awful sell pressure on the Bitcoin price. So it would be nice to see today that there will be positive inflows, and this obviously will be very good for the Bitcoin price going forward. And as we know, the Grayscale ETF has been selling off, causing these outflows to the ETF. But obviously that will definitely come to an end. And they predict that the BlackRock ETF will become way bigger than Grayscale. So just going back to the Bitcoin price here, but something else I would like to show you here, if we just go to the daily chart. So if we zoom out on the daily chart of Bitcoin, and we're going back past 3 cycles. So where I imagine where we are in the cycle is we are somewhere similar to right here. So this is where it was at the 20K resistance. It did chop around here for a few days, consolidate a bit before shooting off to the upside. If we just use that as a fractal, so if I just zoom in here to this fractal here, and I just get my fractal tool here, and I just go from here and I can then overlay this fractal onto where we currently are. So you can see that would give us a price of $120,000 Bitcoin. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to play out, but I am saying it is a possibility, because I feel we are currently at a similar stage in the market when we were back in the start of 2020, just before the big massive run up in Bitcoin. So if that's the case, then we definitely have some bullish few weeks ahead of us. So something else I would like you to take note of is the moon phases. So I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but a lot of traders like to use the moon phases. So basically you would buy on a full moon and then you'd sell then on a new moon. So this indicator is, you can use it on TradingView. So we'll just turn on this moon indicator here, and I'll just go through it quite quickly. It is fine. I find it quite interesting. So if you actually back test this, it does give you an edge on the actual market, and I do find it it is very interesting. So obviously this indicator doesn't work 100% of the time, and it doesn't tell you pinpoint the exact time and date it went to sell, but overall it does give you it does have a high success rate. And the reason why I'm bringing it to your attention today is because today is the 25th of March, and tonight there is a full moon. So you can obviously see here, there's a full moon printed on the chart here. So obviously it's what it's saying is now is a good time to buy cryptocurrency. So hopefully it does play out in this manner, but we're just going to have to wait and see. So if you do back test this indicator, it does have a high success rate. So basically if it told you to buy here, then sell here, it did only just chop sideways. And again, if you sold here, you might have been a little bit late to the actual dump. And again, it just chopped sideways again. But here it was telling you to buy, and then here it was telling you to sell. And this was pretty accurate, as it had a nice downtrend. And again, it's telling you to buy here, sell here, and then again, it just chopped sideways. And then it told you to buy here, sell up here. And this was obviously very accurate because it did have a nice downtrend. So now it's telling you to buy again. So let's just wait and see. So obviously, the moon affects the tides, and they say a lot of mad things happen on a full moon. People maybe act irrational. So it's just something that you just want to keep in your toolbox. And so I like to look at this every now and again. So moving on to the total tree. So I like to look at this chart because it just gives me an indication of how the altcoin market is performing, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course. From looking at this chart, you can clearly see that the altcoin market is lagging compared to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is basically just breaking out of all-time highs, where the altcoin market is lagging much behind. So that's why I am very bullish on the altcoin market. I do see this will catch up, and I do believe the altcoin market will break out past $2 trillion, but it hasn't even broke all-time highs yet. So that's why I remain very, very bullish on the altcoins. These are the real world asset coins I called in my previous video. And if you were subscribed, you probably would have got in early because they're been pumping today. So the first one up was Relio Network. So today it's up 12.4%. So this is the Rio chart on TradingView. And as you can see here, we'll just move to the 4-hour chart. So as you can see here, it did break out past $2, and it did get quite the rejection here, and it's starting to come down and consolidate. I'm sure it will consolidate here for a while, and I guarantee you it will continue this uptrend, because I feel that the real world asset narrative is only just beginning. I really like this tweet from Kyle Chasse. You really don't comprehend that Larry Fink, BlackRock, has kickstarted the RWA narrative again. Even more scary is that the sector is severely undervalued at only 50 billion market cap. This is poised to be at trillions in the next few years. Number one bets remain Link. Others I keep an eye on are GFI and Ondo. I did cover Ondo in my video on Saturday, but the only problem with these coins is they have such a high market cap. So, and I'm sure that Kyle Chasse, he's quite the influencer in the space. I'm sure he probably got in on the seed rounds of these two coins, so I'm sure that's the reason why he's just shilling them. But in my opinion, Rio will outperform Ondo, and I also think Swarm Markets will also do very, very well. So I did call Swarm Markets on my video on Saturday also. So it was roughly around here. So if you got in, congratulations, as it's up 20% today. This coin was launched in the previous bull market, but as I said in the previous video, the real world asset narrative wasn't as strong as it is today, especially because Larry Fink wasn't around and BlackRock. So as of now, it's coming up to all-time highs, and I'm sure it will break out and be in price discovery very, very soon. Keep in mind, it only has a market cap of $56 million. So it's still quite undervalued in my opinion. So this is Ondo Finance. This is the one that Kyle Chasse is quite bullish on. But again, it has a market cap of over $1.3 billion. So the upside is kind of capped. I do see this one to continue to perform very, very well, but we'll have to wait and see. So I did see this tweet earlier on today. London Stock Exchange to launch Bitcoin and Ethereum exchange traded notes, ETN market. So as you can see, the dominoes are starting to fall here, and there's more and more people getting involved. And then you also see this here, just in: South American gold miner Nilium resources to buy 24,000 Bitcoin. That's $1.7 billion. So yes, more and more people are getting FOMO, and more people just want to buy up the Bitcoin because obviously it has a capped supply. So here's another tweet then from Becker. The markets probably go higher than we think it will. In 2021, dreaming too big nerfed us. In 2024, dreaming too small will nerf us. So basically what he's trying to say in this tweet is, back in the previous bull cycle, everyone was dreaming way too big, and everyone thought that the bull run would just never end. Everyone thought that the Bitcoin price would reach over 100K, but in the end it didn't, and it caught most people by surprise. But nowadays, everyone has PTSD from the last bull cycle, even myself included. But a lot of people are actually dreaming too small, and they just think that the market won't go as high as they probably think. Now, you obviously do take profits on the way up, but do always leave a little bit of a bag because you don't know how high the market will get. So also, I thought I'd bring this tweet to your attention. This is from GCR. He is quite a good follow, so I think you should follow him on X. And while you're at it, give me a follow on X also, as it's a lot easier for me to make a tweet than to make a video. I usually make a tweet of what trades I'm getting into. As I always say, if you have long-term conviction in BTC and Ethereum, you will outperform just holding, not trading. They're only going to keep printing more money. You're unlikely to time every local move. Ethereum at 10K is one-day programmed. I know I like to day trade myself, but majority of my portfolio I have just holding spot. And when I day trade, I don't make that many trades a week. I only go in when I feel like I have a high success rate, and I use a proper risk to reward strategy. But this is just something to keep in mind. As the bull run continues, you will probably outperform most day traders by just holding spot. So this is the countdown for the Bitcoin halving. As you can see, that the Bitcoin halving is going to happen in 24 days. So in my opinion, this is going to accelerate the crypto market in the short term. So hold on to your bags, be patient, stick to whatever coins. I wouldn't be jumping in and out of coins. Like, I play a lot of different narratives, but majority I've been holding these narratives for the last couple of months, and I was buying them in the bear market. Obviously, I do a bit of swing trading here and there, but majority of my long-term bags are packed and I don't touch them, and I have a separate portfolio for swing trading. In my opinion, if you just hold your bags that you have high conviction in, don't worry, everything's going to go up. What they say, the rising tide will lift all ships. So if you got value out of this one, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.